Headshot 2016. On a stormy shoreline, an unconscious man is discovered with a severe head wound. He is taken to a small hospital where young Dr. Eileen treats him despite limited resources. The man wakes with no memory of his identity or past. He experiences flashes of violence and combat training, frightening him. Soon, mysterious armed men arrive searching for him, killing hospital staff. The patient instinctively fights back with brutal efficiency. Dr. Eileen realizes he is not an ordinary victim. Unknown to him, he is Ishmael, a deadly assassin once trained by a criminal organization. His survival marks the beginning of a violent hunt. Ishmael escapes the hospital with Eileen, who refuses to abandon him. They hide in safe houses while trying to uncover his past. News spreads among criminal networks that the missing assassin is alive. A powerful crime lord sends elite killers to retrieve or eliminate him. Ishmael struggles with guilt, sensing he was once a weapon used against innocent people. Eileen encourages him to choose who he wants to become. During their escape, Ishmael demonstrates extraordinary combat skills, defeating attackers using improvised weapons. Each battle triggers fragmented memories, slowly revealing pieces of his dark history and former loyalty to dangerous masters. Flashbacks reveal Ishmael was trained from youth to become a perfect killing machine. He worked alongside other elite operatives under brutal leadership. Among them was a rival assassin who envied Ishmael's superior skills. The organization used fear and pain to control its soldiers. In the present, Ishmael and Eileen attempt to travel to a distant city where records of missing persons may exist. They are ambushed on a highway by heavily armed mercenaries. Ishmael protects civilians during the attack, showing he is no longer the same man. Eileen sees humanity growing inside someone once shaped purely for violence. They find temporary refuge with a local crime contact who recognizes Ishmael. The contact reveals Ishmael once tried to leave the organization but was captured and tortured before being sent on one final mission. During that mission, Ishmael was betrayed and shot, leading to his amnesia. The crime contact warns that the organization never lets assets escape alive. Soon after, assassins storm the building. Ishmael fights through tight corridors and staircases in brutal close combat. Eileen helps injured civilians escape. The attack confirms Ishmael's past will never stop chasing him unless he confronts it directly and destroys it completely. Ishmael decides to track down the organization's base to end the threat permanently. Eileen insists on staying, refusing to let him face it alone. They infiltrate a port controlled by the syndicate. Ishmael silently eliminates guards while memories guide him through secret entrances. Inside, they discover prisoners being trained as future assassins. Ishmael is horrified seeing children forced into violence, mirroring his own childhood. He frees them, triggering alarms. The rescue turns into a massive firefight. Ishmael and Eileen escape with several survivors, but now the syndicate leader personally orders Ishmael's execution, sending his most deadly operative. The elite hunter sent after Ishmael was once his closest partner. This assassin knows Ishmael's every fighting style and weakness. They clash in an abandoned industrial complex. The battle is brutal and emotional, mixing rage and history. During the fight, Ishmael remembers moments of brotherhood before the organization corrupted them. He pleads with the hunter to stop serving the syndicate, but loyalty and brainwashing prove stronger. Ishmael is forced to kill him in self-defense. The victory feels like a personal loss, reinforcing Ishmael's determination to destroy the organization's leadership and end the cycle of violence forever. Eileen discovers files revealing the syndicate leader operates under political protection. This makes exposure nearly impossible. Ishmael considers assassinating the leader directly. Eileen argues that revenge will not free Ishmael from his past. Instead, they plan to destroy financial operations and training centers first. They sabotage weapons shipments and leak criminal evidence to rival groups. The syndicate begins losing power rapidly. However, this also increases the danger around them. Hit squads patrol every street. Ishmael accepts he may not survive this war but believes saving future victims matters more than saving himself, showing how much he changed. The syndicate kidnaps Eileen to lure Ishmael into a final trap. Ishmael surrenders himself to enter the enemy headquarters. Inside, he is tortured while the leader offers to restore his old life as a top assassin. Ishmael refuses, declaring he chooses his own destiny. Using hidden tools, he escapes restraints and begins a relentless assault through the compound. Explosions and alarms spread chaos. Ishmael reaches the chamber where Eileen is held. Together they fight through guards. The leader attempts escape, but Ishmael corners him, forcing him to face consequences of destroying countless lives through his criminal empire. During the final confrontation, the leader reveals Ishmael was once his most loyal weapon. Ishmael admits he cannot erase his past but can choose his future. He defeats the leader after a brutal fight. Authorities, tipped off by leaked evidence, raid the compound. The syndicate collapses. Ishmael and Eileen escape before officials arrive, avoiding attention. News later reports the fall of a major criminal network. Survivors rescued earlier begin new lives. Ishmael finally understands redemption is not about forgetting crimes, but about protecting others from suffering the same fate he once caused during his years as controlled assassin. Months later, Ishmael lives quietly, working manual labor under a new identity. Eileen continues medical work helping poor communities. Though danger may still exist, they focus on rebuilding lives instead of running. Ishmael trains daily, not as a killer, but as someone prepared to defend innocent people. He reflects on identity, realizing memory does not define morality. Choice does. Inspired by stories of fighters seeking redemption like Iko Uwais, the legend of Ishmael becomes one of transformation. The story ends with hope, showing even the darkest past can lead to a meaningful future.